Hey everyone, I've got to say I feel incredibly lucky as a person, waking up, drinking my morning coffee and sitting in my cozy personal office. But what makes it even better is having all of you here, an amazing audience to share this journey with. Oh, and the cherry on top, I've got two MacBook Pros sitting side by side, ready to do some exciting tests. So let's not waste this chance, let's jump right into it. I rarely use a MacBook for coding without an external screen, it's just my preferred setup. The only time I go without is when I'm stepping outside to change things up, or honestly, just to pick the perfect playlist. But for today's test, I'm running everything directly on the MacBook. I fully charged it to 100% this morning, and I'll be testing how it handles casual tasks, writing a few lines of code, casual browsing, opening multiple tabs and browsers, and running some IDE tests. I've set the brightness to level 5 most of the time with no automatic adjustment, and the performance level on automatic, since, honestly, I'm not the best at setting up super technical tests. That said, I'm pretty confident it held up just fine. Even when I was using the M2 MacBook from work, the battery life was incredible, so I don't see why this one wouldn't perform just as well, but let's find out. Okay, I skipped the part where I ran Geekbench like other YouTubers, but guess what? The MacBook Pro M4 scored higher on the CPU test benchmark, though it had a slightly lower score on the GPU test. For fun, I tried a little experiment. I pressed start on both MacBooks at the same time while running a timer on my phone to see which one finished first. The MacBook Pro M4 edged out slightly with better performance. The basic projects I used for this test weren't too much complex, but they were complete. They included the unit test, integration tests, and scripts for clean, install, build, and test. It's not the most scientific setup, but it definitely does the job. Keep in mind that these tasks always involve containerization tools like Docker. It's worth mentioning that Docker has made great steps forward with its low power mode when no containers or services are actively running. When working on other tasks like front-end builds or installs, I usually stick to a black terminal window or at least a night theme. While doing so, I notice a slight difference between the M3 and M4 MacBooks. It feels like the brightness is handled or calibrated differently between the two. HDR videos are another excellent test since they demand high power consumption and showcase an incredible range of colors, putting a lot of strain on the GPU. Both models perform well here. Overall, I didn't encounter any specific issues and I'm really happy with my choice. The M4 holds up impressively across the board. Hey guys, what's up? So it's 11:45 and this morning both Macs charges 100%. The M3 Max has 4 cycles count and the M4 Pro MacBook has only 2 cycles count. So I suppose it's the newer battery. So that's why on the MacBook M3 Max I am on the 94% battery and on the M4 Pro I am still at 96, so pretty good percentage for this morning before lunch. After a good session of physical activity, there is nothing better than refueling with a healthy and balanced lunch. Today's menu includes a delicious curry made with tender chicken, a fresh and crisp green salad, and a side of fragrant basmati rice. It's a meal that's both nutritious and satisfying, giving you the energy you need to power through the rest of your day, while keeping things refreshing and nourishing. Swiss mentality and ethics play a significant role in shaping consumer behavior, especially when it comes to electronics. And many people in Switzerland chose to buy second-hand products as part of their core principles, valuing sustainability and reducing waste over the constant cycle of purchasing new items. This mindset not only reflects a commitment to environmental responsibility, but also creates a strong market for pre-owned electronics. That's why it's so easy for me to resell my MacBook Pro M3. There is a demand for high-quality second-hand products, driven by a culture that appreciates value and longevity over unnecessary consumption. Originally, I was hoping to get to the airport cafeteria with its super cool, chill library vibe, the perfect spot to grab a drink and work on my laptop. But surprise, it was reserved for VIP lunches. Instead, I stumbled upon another Montreux Jazz Cafe right in the airport, and honestly, it turned out to be a fantastic find. Now, about the test, should I have enabled automatic brightness or left it off? That's something I keep wondering. I also have this amazing tool called Lunar, which helps me manage brightness based on time, location, external monitor synchronization, and ambient light. It's super handy, but here's the catch. In places with harsh lighting, like some cafeterias, it can overcompensate and crank up the brightness too much. When that happens, I've noticed the battery drains significantly faster, sometimes lasting only a few hours. Hey guys, it's 8:05 and considering that I used the MacBook during the day with a not so high and not so low brightness, using in cafeterias and casual browsing, casual coding, a few YouTube videos, HDR testing, I have 85% of battery left, which is pretty good. So the MacBook M4 Pro handles the battery very well, and the old generation also. I think that if I had to use more the MacBook, I would probably be right now at 50%, but yeah. So here's a quick disclaimer. So the fact that I bought a MacBook or I just upgraded from the past generation doesn't mean that you have to. Buying a new laptop, even if the old one works fine or it doesn't make sense to upgrade or replace it, just allows me to create enjoyable content and test. So if your MacBook works pretty decently, then keep it. I just made this purchase with my own money, and as YouTubers and other content creators, we make investments on hopefully big returns. So only spend the money if you can afford it. Also keep in mind, guys, that in countries like Switzerland, electronics and stuff like that are in reality cheaper compared to other countries in Europe because of high salaries and a low VAT, about 8%.